to In-Depth Academia. I'm Richard, the founder CEO academia.edu. As always, I'm here to bring you friendly, accessible dives into the freshest and most thought-provoking academic papers from our vibrant community. I want to everyone I'm presenting research neutrally today, and I'm noting any particular conclusion. My goal is to give you a clear window into current scholarship so you make your own mind. Today, we've got a big, fascinating, speculative, and honestly kind of wild hypothesis to chew on. The paper is titled Soft Management Hypothesis, Non-Genetic Strategies of the Residents in Shaping Human Development. Right. It's by Greg Paz, who's a retired US military fighter pilot and airline captain, and also an independent UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena researcher. He's written Ian's Among Us series, if that's something you've come across. So what's all this about? All right. Let's set stage. The core question in Paz's paper is, if human intelligences, he, them, the residents, have lived alongside humans for ages, how did they influence the development humanity? Did they secretly edit our DNA and create us as super bee or puppets or something? Or is there another, subtler method at play? The big thesis here is that the residents, if they exist, might have shaped us not through obvious, flashy genetic engineering, which be risky and probably very noticeable, but through what Paz done soft, basically using non-genetic strategies like chemicals, nutrition, viral antigen pushes, environmental factors, and psychocultural tweaks. Think of it gardening with a touch rather than a chains. So why is this significant for you, the listener? Well, if any of these ideas are anywhere near the mark, it would totally upend how we see our place in the world, right? It would mean we're maybe not quite as self-made we might think, and if you're skeptical, as probably should be, aging with these can shine a light on science myth, fact speculation, all mixed together. We try to figure out those big "who are we" questions. Let's run the main arguments and findings. Again, presenting them, not endorsing them. Pazdan distinguishes between genetic and non-genetic influence. He suggests there's a kind of sacred boundary, whether ethical treaty-based, who knows, that stops these supposed residents from altering our directly. Why? Well, direct genetic tampering could create all sorts of unpredictable downstream messes. Gen instability, of getting caught, basically. So instead, the resident stick methods are hard to and dangerous on a cosmic scale. Are these methods? Paz gives a laundry list. Chemicals introduced water, food, or special plants to affect mood and behavior. Viral or microbial agents bringing in epigenetic, so heritable non-DNA, changes strategic choices about what foods or resources are available, which steer the development of societies. Rituals, myths, architecture, and even things like sound or light being used to influence and culture. He even brings up proxy, vast teachers or hybrids mingling humans, passing down skills or cultural. Here's where the argument gets intriguing. Pazdan looks at global myths, biblical stories, and patterns. He claims these are sort compressed records, little memory cores for low-key intervention, the floods in Genesis or the Epic of Gilgamesh, cataclysmic resets followed by outside guidance, teaching figures like Prometheus, Oan's Viracocha, always arriving after disaster to share civilization's gifts, but always stopping short, giving away all the secrets. He claims these patterns across cultures hint a recurring, low-signature management style. Do we test any of this? Pazdan throws out some test ideas, looking for odd epigen markers in ancient bones that don't fit at evolutionary, analysing myth patterns in cultures, correlating UAP activity, those weird things in our skies, with nuclear or genetic tech development. If none these up, the hypothesis would get weaker. Now, here's a totally random tangent, but thinking about myths and forbidden knowledge, you ever realise how many sci-fi movies are obsessed with this idea? I guess like maybe the truth less about history and more about how we process existential uncertainty. And, losing my train of thought here, coming back to you, what does this mean, your life? Maybe not a lot practically, but thinking about how influences, whatever their source, can slowly shape culture. And that's really important we look at, say, public health, or even conspiracy thinking, right? Are changes in society accidental, or do unseen patterns play out over? It's wondering, even if we keep a critical eye. Again, want to remind you, scholarship is process, not gospel. Paston. Soft management hypothesis is a speculative interpretation, not a proven fact. It's an invitation to look at old stories, fossils, and new ways, and maybe askier questions than we usually dare. It holds water, maybe not. The truth probably somewhere mess and more interesting than any single can for listening to In-Depth with Academia. If you want to read Gregdon's full paper, it's up on Academia IDU now. Let me know you think, and don't be afraid to get curious, even the wildest ideas. Next time, open, stay skeptical, keep